Hey everyone, this is Matt. How are you doing? We're back here with video number 6 of the day. Another deck matchup, Eldlich versus Dragon Link. Alright, so I do 2-0 this guy. Dragon Link is still being played. It has gotten uh, better, over time. I think with the new, like the support with like the Zombie Master, they've been making some more interesting plays, and they also got Borderland Dragon, which is like a new boss monster, right? Alright, so let's get into game 1. So let's see what we have here. So in game 1, I do lose a die roll, and I'm going second. So I have a solid opening hand, but Rivalry does nothing against Dragon Link. This was a game where I was playtesting Rivalry. I'm not convinced that Rivalry should be in the main deck. I was simply playtesting. Just so happened that I like when I was playtesting, I ran into Dragon Link, and Rivalry does nothing against Dragon Link. So anyway, so Chaos, Dragons, Banish, make the light, strike the dragon, get the dark, the black dragon. Make Hieratic Seal. Quick launch. Alright, so he makes Chaos Ruler, okay. He grabs an Nibiru, which is hilarious, because Nibiru does nothing to Nibiru. He doesn't know what my deck is. So he does get the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and hilariously enough, Chaos Dragon Levianeer is going to make me shuffle one of my cards back in the deck. He makes me shuffle Rivalry, which is hilarious, because Rivalry does nothing, so it worked out. Zombie Master. So Zombie Master, those you don't know, this is detachment material. Each player sends the top 4 cards of the deck to the graveyard. Then, if any monster is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one of those monsters. So he literally milled my Eldlich and summoned my Eldlich. So that's not good, but it's not the end of the world either. He makes this thing, okay. Savage Dragon. Alright, so he's basically passing with a Omnigate and a bounce. If I draw, I'm going to use the Extrav. He has Ash, because of course, he always has Ash. And his last card is Nibiru, or did he discard Nibiru? Whatever. His last card doesn't matter. I'm going to use Lord. Then I'm going to set 3, pass. So Hieratic Seal is going to grab this guy. I have Gozen match and Solemn Strike, so this is going to be good. So I'm gonna shotgun Gozen match because he has a dark and he has 2 lights. So he has to pick between one of them, or he has to negate with Savage Dragon. He tries to negate. I chain Solemn Strike, and now he is forced into light monsters, which is not good for Dragon Link because Dragon Link way prefers dark monsters. So he's gonna tribute itself to search a thing, but he still has a light monster because of my Eldlich. He's gonna get the light dragon. He's going to go into battle phase. I'm going to punishment my Eldlich because I want him off the field. And Entis is going to pop this guy. The reason I pop Seifert is because he's still locked in light monsters, and this guy has an effect when he goes to the graveyard, so I'm just going to get rid of Seifert. So he can't use Seifert next turn. And I'm going to grab Extrav. So, bam. So I have Extrav set up, I have Eldlich back in the graveyard, and Gozen, he's locked in the lights. So I draw, skill drain, I get Extrav, draw 2. Oh, Rivalry, doesn't matter, because Rivalry is... okay, so I Gozen to get my Eldlich. I don't know, I should have, well, I guess I couldn't have both Eldlich and Heavenly Prison if Gozen's on the field, so whatever. So I'm going to attack. I do set 3. I will say Rivalry is good to stop an access code play. So you cannot access code me, right? So I have skill drain. Access code can kind of play through skill drain, but sort of. But yeah, he's gonna grab his. He's gonna attempt to recycle his Levianeer, but I have a skill drain, so it doesn't matter. So he's gonna summon his Levianeer, attempt to use the effect, and I'm gonna skill drain. And he's going to Scooperino. Yeah, I mean, he has no other place. He can't get to access code. Even if you try to get to access code, I have Rivalry. So, yeah, Dragon Link, pretty relatively easy / straightforward to deal with. Let's go into game 2. So as you can imagine, in game 2, I side out Rivalry of Warlords, and I side in Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. So Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is in the deck, and so is Witch's Strike, because Savage Dragon is in the gate. So Dragon Link game 2. I also side in Lava Golems and Sphere modes, hence why you can see the Sphere mode. So I have a really good opening hand. It's like, oh, if you put out 3 monsters, I'm gonna tribute them, and of course I have just great other cards. So let's see. Safer's gonna grab the thing, grab the other thing. Romulus. Okay. FYI, if you do have Gozen match against Dragon Link, you want to flip it on Romulus if they have no other monster on the field, because then they would be locked into wind monsters, and Dragon Link does not have other wind monsters to make plays with. Chaos Ruler. What is Chaos Ruler gonna mill? He mills a twin twisters. That's cool. Okay. He's gonna set 1, and he passes on Hieratic Seal, so I guess he's not able to make Savage Dragon. And that's surprising, I guess. So this Fearmost is gonna be dead this turn, and but I draw a lot of good traps, so I'm just gonna set a bunch. And on end phase, he twin twisters, and he manages to snipe Skill Drain and Solemn Strike, which were my best traps. But it doesn't matter because I have other good traps. So Trap Trick can grab Witch's Strike if needed. So he's gonna make Darkness Metal. Darkness Metal will revive this. And then he summons the Light Dragon, and he can make Savage Dragon. So on Savage Dragon summon, it must activate its effect to get its tokens. It cannot negate until its effect resolves. So I decide, you know what? I'm going to turn to tribute here. So he revives back his Chaos Ruler. So at this point, a level 1 tuner, level 8 monster can make Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is a negate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Punishment on the tuner, and then Entis is going to pop the Chaos Ruler. So no more Synchro 9 plays for you. So I'll let him attack. End phase. I'm going to grab Elixir, and I'm going to use Elixir. And of course, he has Ash, but that's okay. Drew a second Sphere Mode. Get the Waquero. His turn. He's got nada. Waquero will block the attack. DD Crow into Dark. Okay. I have no Dark monsters. I'm going to crash. The reason I crash is because I don't want to bother linking away. I forget why I decided. It's just 50 life points. Like, whatever. So I set Ice Dragons, which is great against Dragon Link. And this is going to grab me my 3rd Elixir. So he has another Ash. Sigh. And unfortunately, that is my 3rd and last Elixir. But that's okay. There's other ways to get Eldlich or to win the game here. So he flips Anti-Spell Fragrance, which once again does nothing against Eldlich. Okay, so I'm going to grab Conch, and I'm going to set Waquero. So here's what I'm going to do. So the thing about Dark is, if you destroy Dark, he gets to search a Dark monster from his deck with, and most of his deck is Dark. So you don't want to destroy Dark. So end phase, Conquistador and Waquero come out, and we're going to go ahead and make a rank 5 play, baby, Constellar Pleiades, right? So this card has a quick bounce. So I'm going to bounce Dark and swing for 25. Then I have this Punishment here. I'm going to set that. He's going to quick launch. Doesn't matter. He's going to do this. He's going to make this guy, which will allow him to basically special summon monsters, right? So I'm going to decide, you know what, before he does that, I'm going to bounce it back. So he basically has, Anti-Spell Fragrance hurts himself more than me. Like, let's say he draws Boot Sector Launch, or he draws Quick Launch, he can't play it because of Anti-Spell. So he's just going to set. I have Lord in hand. I'm going to swing for 25 on his turn. What does he have? He summons Seifert. I'm going to use Seifert to banish the Savage Dragon and Seifert. So Seifert, you want to get rid of Seifert because it's 2 things. On the field, it searches a monster, and in the graveyard, it recycles a monster. So before he's able to do that, I'm just going to banish Seifert and the Savage Dragon, just in case he has a way of bringing Savage Dragon back. And he's going to red reboot, which will let me set Skill Drain. And since he activated red reboot, I'm going to set Lord here. And I'm going to search Prosperity. So, Extravagance. So there's no way he can OTK me, right? Even if he, like, there's no OTK potential for him at all. Because he'd have to pop, like, my whole field. He'd have to go to access code somehow, and I don't think he has the cards for it. So, even though Safer can search a card, he already uses normal summon. Quick launches and boot sector launches will not save him. Yeah, he's just gonna scoop because honestly he can't make the play that he wants. So yeah, Red Ruby normally is a card that really fucks up Eldlich and like control decks. But if they don't have other cards to actually go for the OTK, it won't matter. And like I have Extrav follow up, I have two Sphere Modes in hand, and I have extra like Skill Drain. So yeah, there's no scenario where he actually can break my board and kill me this turn. Like I don't think he. Like let's check the graveyard too. Like all his Link monsters, I guess if he had access code. But how would he get to access code? I don't think. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get access code, so it doesn't matter. All right. So yeah, that's Dragon Link. Surprisingly, his first turn board was better than his second turn board, but he was more resilient and put up a better fight in game 2. So, or like, yeah, because his board in game 2 was like pretty bricky, or like he didn't. It looked like he didn't open well. He didn't open much, but he put up a better fight in game 2 than in game 1. Ironically enough. So, anyway, so that's Eldlich against Dragon Link. I gotta see how many more replays and how far I can keep this up. Like, we're doing like a marathon here. This was what, game number 6 or something, deck matchup number 6. But yeah, I'm gonna be dropping these like all today if I can. But yeah, still tuned if there's more. Hope you enjoyed this game and that you learned something. See you in the next video. Peace.